It's less than a week to go until we leave for the Fire and Ice track, and the Icelandic Met Office have just raised the alert level to red, which means an imminent or active volcanic eruption. It's the highest level it's been since the 2010 eruption, which shut down most of Europe's airspace. So at the moment we're not even sure whether we're going to be able to fly out to start the trek. Each of these treks provide a real physical challenge, and the trekkers this time faced nearly 250 kilometres of cycling, off-road cycling, gravel tracks. You're putting your body through a real test, plenty of hills, real steep sections.
It's obviously a little bit different than anything I've done, so I think over the 3 days it's going to be quite interesting what we'll see. Probably places that I wouldn't have normally gone to.
Well, I've been a Manchester United supporter all my life. I've had a season ticket there for many years. Seen lots of Peter Schmeichel's games, sat behind his goalpost in the Stretford end. And if someone had told me then that in 20 years' time I'd be cycling in Iceland with him, I'd have said they were crazy, but here I am and I'm looking forward to it.
You know, I've done plenty of training, but I guess until we start, I don't really know whether I'm going to be fit enough or not. That's my main fear.
To know a group of people, sort of the bond that sort of develops when you've been with people and you've been through a tough time together.
I thought I was going to do something that would challenge me and put me outside my comfort zone. You know, started to train for it and I've been looking forward to it ever since.
So we have 3 days of mountain bike, almost 60 kilometers per day. It's a very beautiful and wild area. The landscape is always changing every day. We will see a lot of volcanoes, a lot of different kind of stone, and it's very beautiful.
So today is the first day in Iceland. We are doing the Fire and Ice challenge for Manchester United Foundation. Arrived in Hella, that's where we are now. Supposed to be camping in tents, but the weather's not too great, so we're actually in this. Quite pleased with that because it was a long travel, but first bit of cycling is tomorrow. 60 kilometers and we're going up to Hekla, the volcano, and I'm quite excited about that. Now I'm just going to go for a meal. Once I've had that, it's rest time and then get some energy for tomorrow.
Peter Schmeichel is coming here to stay!
That was like you shouting at Pallister that point, wasn't it?
Imagine that in the pub in Salford.
I'm very looking forward to it very much. Time to get on the bike now. We've been spoilt too much, haven't we? Having a nice bed last night, good start, and everybody's ready for action.
Let's see, what do you reckon? Good, I think.
For the 2 first kilometers we have a lot of cars. A lot, I mean, we are still in Iceland, eh? But so just be careful, everybody stay in the same line, just it's very important. And then we have the first cross and there is less and less cars. Okay? And Yeah, just be careful with the bike. So everybody's ready.
Yeah, ready to roll.
Hekla erupts every 10 years, and it's 14 years ago. And when Hekla erupts, it gives the maximum of 1 hour warning. So there's a bit of rumbling or whatever goes on before, and it just spews it out.
Pretty much run for your life if the volcano is about to erupt. But all the other thought is sit down, enjoy the view, and just be absorbed by it, because even if you run, you're not going to outpace it.
We actually went around Hekla, and I was kind of wishing for it to start because I wanted to see it. On the other hand, we're far too close. We were so close that, I'm not sure that would have been a good idea to be that close. Well, today was the first day of this experience cycling around Iceland, and it was okay. I mean, it was, in terms of the physical work, it's been okay. The last 10k was, if I look a bit tired, it's because I am tired.
I think it was a great first day out. It definitely stretched the legs, and we all found out that we're going to walk like John Wayne later, but that was to be expected, really. So, and the scenery was stunning.
The best side all day, I'm sorry to say, was camp. It was all camp. I mean, that was when I was most happy.
Good day cycling. Now the hard bit comes for me, putting up tents and surviving through a night of uncomfortable sleeping probably.
Well, when we arrived in camp, me and Matt led by example and put the tents up to show everybody how it was done. Well, what I've said to him is if he shows us with this one, then everybody knows it. The young lad's going to show us how to put this tent up, and then if we all follow suit, I'm sure it'll be fine. I think me and Matt did
Superb.
pretty good teachers, so there you have it.
Rock on.
Tomorrow should be easy.
Seriously good work for today. I think everyone's done an absolutely magic job. Yeah, a round of applause for sure.
Tomorrow's going to be, by the sound of it, it's going to be a bit harder than today. But then we've got the experience of today that we can carry into tomorrow, so hopefully that sort of balances the whole thing up. We've seen some incredible scenarios. This is like no nature I've ever seen in my life. I'd recommend anyone to just once in their life, come to Iceland and have a look, because it just goes on forever and ever. It changes all the time, and it's difficult to sort of point to one particular moment today and say that was it, because every time you turned the corner, that was it.
It's been challenging. Just got to push yourself, get head down, and just go. Really. There's just a lot of different environments. Terrain. It's difficult.
Today was a really good day. I think the scenery was, as yesterday, it was amazing, but it was just much more amazing, and I didn't think it could be like that. It's also a bit hard because it's got really, really cold, hence the outfit. And I really feel tired now. I haven't felt this tired for many, many years. It's a good tired because I know I've done some physical work, but there's also all I can think about is sleep. So
for me, I think after yesterday, when I initially went off yesterday, I thought that it would be easier than it was. So looking at today and what we've been told, obviously by Kat, who was helping us to, in terms of guiding, I was really, really nervous about going through the route. But I think it's the most beautiful route, best bike ride I've ever been on.
It's got to be the guys singing. Singing the national anthem over the lake. Wow, amazing. Nearly brought tears to my eyes.
Bit of national anthem that almost made me cry.
O Guð vors lands, O lands vors Guð, vér lofum þitt heilaga, heilaga.
last day of cycling was, oh my God. I haven't felt the way that I felt after that 25 years.
Tough that. Easily the hardest thing ever. Easily.
Done with biking, yeah, definitely.
Be a mission of a day, but no, I think the hot springs are enough incentive to get everybody here, so I think that's the next plan.
Hot spa, yeah, awesome, absolutely awesome. And you know, lying back there in the circle, everybody was in there together. We had a few cold beers as well, light beers, 2.5% light, but they were still good. And that was, I think a few of us said, this is like living a dream, yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Wow, this is so cool. 2 days worth it.
You think about the day with the view, and then obviously with Anna, and then you go to the spa, and it's one of those bizarre things that you know, I've never been to one of these before, and people say, oh, it's going to be really warm water. You think, okay, how warm is this going to be? And this is hot water, and just so relaxing. Just, yeah, fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah,
once in a lifetime opportunity,
yeah.
And it'll never to be forgotten. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, our third and final day on the bicycles. It's going to be the longest day, regardless as to whether you choose to do that final stretch on the road. And by the sounds of it, we've got a morning of fairly consistent uphills, a bit of downhill, but predominantly uphill. And I think there might be one hill specifically that is slightly more challenging than we've faced so far. So it is a morning.
What, longer, steeper, both?
Yep. But it is going to be a long day tomorrow. The total mileage with that final section is 115 kilometres. But see how you go. We'll look at it once we get to lunchtime, and we'll take it from there.
Last day of cycling, it was a tough challenge. and at times you had to dig deep, but it was getting through. It was a good group of people that were helping each other. A few people came off their bikes.
I fell off today and my head went, so it didn't help.
Oh right, Magda, you fell.
Oh yeah, this one was unfortunate. My first fall, but was the worst one.
Yeah.
I had my tights on and I hurt my leg just a little bit.
I think I underestimated it a bit, if I'm honest. Training wise, I mean, I did train, but not enough, I'd say, after doing this.
It was long and it was uphill, and it was uphill some more, and then again a little bit more.
Yeah, it has been some long days cycling and some really physically tough. Yesterday's ride was a real challenge, sort of cycling through gravel and up pretty steep hills that sort of seemed to re-emerge every time you got round the next corner and convinced yourself that you were at the top. There was another sort of three loops on the next bend.
The most challenging thing, I think the very first long climb on the last day, that was tough.
For some people, this has been one of the biggest physical challenges they'll ever do in their life.
When we came up to about 2-3 kilometers from that climb, we could see the hill, and it looked a bit okay. But once you started to climb it and we came around the corner, the hill just continued, and it was even steeper. The very, very last bit of that was that steep. I had to come off my bike. I just couldn't do it anymore. There's nothing left.
You're putting your body through a real test, plenty of hills, and real steep sections.
And I think at that point, everyone was sort of cold and miserable and tired, and we just didn't need that right at the end. We came to a point, I think most of us, we thought this is it, this is where the bus is going to pick us up. And Sebastian, our guide, said, no, we've got another 6 kilometers. And
To where? To Vic?
From the bus.
What?
Well, I'm going with 6 kilometers.
From here?
Yeah.
Are you not coming?
Yeah, keep riding. I'm not going to say that. I'm there.
we actually went for the last 6 kilometers, but it was actually the very, very end of it was the worst climb we had all day.
Last 10k was all uphill, but hey, we got here, didn't we?
It's been brilliant and great to see everybody finish here. Well, see the sensible people finish here, and half of the other guys do another nearly 50 kilometres towards Big. We've got a group of people here with a screw loose. I mean, we joke, but we have a couple of people who run Ironmans, one guy who's on the border of becoming a professional road cyclist. Now they're pushing it further, harder, faster, I imagine, to finish the race with an extra 45 kilometres, of which about 7 kilometres is off-road, and the rest is on-road on the way back to Vic. So it's their own private race, which I think they've been looking forward to, because it might have been holding them back a little bit.
Done the full thing, really pleased. Done the full route. I'm the oldest man in the group, and I've come all the way, not got off my bike once, so I'm delighted. Met some incredible people, we've got some really good bonds. It's been brilliant.
It certainly felt like a challenge. Did I win the race? Yeah, my own little race, I suppose. Yeah.
Queen of the Mountain.
Yeah, Queen of the Mountain, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. I feel like I've done what we set out to do. You know, which is 250k, so really pleased with myself.
I'm just about to stop standing up at the present time. I'm absolutely on my knees, to be honest. But I think in a few days I'll be glad of what I've done.
I was really happy it was over. It's a lot. I mean, we've done nearly 200 kilometres in 3 days, and I think for people who are not used to cycling, it's a lot.
The fact that we all got across the finish line together, that was a really, really nice thing, you know, and everybody just keeping each other going and keeping each other's spirits up.
I think the most rewarding thing for people going on these challenges is the team aspect of it, because you really get to know the other members of your team, you form a bond, and you meet people from different age ranges, different social circles that you wouldn't usually get involved with, and together the team pushes themselves.
It was amazing, it was really amazing. I think there was a lot of trepidation on the first morning that nobody quite knew what we were setting out to do and what the terrain was going to be like, but everybody's mucked in and sort of motivated each other, and there's been such an amazing sense of team spirit from the minute we met at the airport.
It's all over. Iceland 2014, done.